When I returned to WWE, I knew not everyone was going to be thrilled. Drew McIntyre made it clear to everyone watching that he was one of those people with an axe to grind. I don't know, maybe it's jealousy that I could be gone for over a decade and still have fans talking about me while he was on top. But then at the 2024 Royal Rumble, Drew nearly took it all away when his future shock DDT tore my tricep. So instead of competing at WrestleMania, I had to sit and watch. But I still managed to get involved.
Punk just dropped McIntyre on the table.
And then again at Clash in the Castle.
Oh my God! The balls of CM Punk!
And again at Money in the Bank, ruining Drew's cash-in.
Punk with the title to the face of McIntyre!
Good times. But I was finally cleared to return to action shortly after, and now we could finally settle things in the ring. SummerSlam saw him victorious after some truly atrocious officiating from Seth Rollins, but I get my payback at Bash in Berlin when I beat him in a grueling strap match. That put the series at 1-1, with both of us looking to attack the other whenever possible. Now this chaos led to one feasible outcome. It was time for us to go to hell in a cell. Beating Drew at Hell in a Cell was brutal, exhausting, and probably took years off of my life. But getting my arm raised was all worth it. Let's go back to that night. Bad Blood 2024. Get Drew in the cell, and let's show him that you can say whatever you want to about me, but when you bring a man's dog into things, that's a line you do not cross.
Drew McIntyre steps inside hell for the third time in his career.
From Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Drew McIntyre!
He's yet to win this matchup. Most notably, he lost the WWE Championship to Randy Orton in the cell 4 years ago. Tonight, Drew McIntyre hopes to end that losing streak and CM Punk's career. You know, Corey, another interesting statistic. Drew McIntyre made his premium live event debut 15 years and 1 day ago. Ironically, in the Hell in a Cell premium live event. Oh, how Drew McIntyre has come so far from that day.
It has been a complete transformation since those days. This is a vengeful Scottish psychopath before us now, and I don't think anyone has given reason for Drew's wrath more than CM Punk.
It was 27 years ago to the day in St. Louis when the Hell in a Cell structure first surrounded the ring. The Undertaker faced Shawn Michaels in an epic battle. Since that night, Hell in a Cell has made history.
It's made history while simultaneously tearing flesh, shattering bodies, ending careers, and altering lives.
You can see by the look in McIntyre's eyes, he has one mission here tonight: to end CM Punk for good.
CM Punk in his career is 2-2 in Hell in a Cell matches, but this is his first time in the cell in nearly 11 years. Right here in Atlanta, CM Punk actually had a Hell in a Cell match and walked out victorious.
Yeah, but with all the disdain between Punk and McIntyre, I will be surprised to see anybody walking out of this structure in one piece tonight.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
And there's really no room to mince words. These men want to end each other's careers. They want to maim each other. They want to send each other to the hospital.
Well, if sending your opponent to the emergency room is the prime objective, I can't think of a more suitable setting. Punk has to tap into that side of himself tonight if he wants to walk out of the cell, or out of Atlanta at all. He said that Drew McIntyre has made him the man his worst critics say he is.
McIntyre said earlier, this is not going to be a classic. This is not going to be cinema. This is going to be mutually assured destruction.
Hate is a word we don't use a lot around WWE because there's a certain amount of respect between most competitors. But there is no other word I can use to describe what CM Punk and Drew McIntyre have for each other.
These two have vowed to destroy each other, to end each other's careers here in Hell in a Cell.
The final match in an epic trilogy. I don't know if either of them is going to be able to survive tonight.
Drew anticipated that one.
It all began last November with the return of CM Punk, and that ticked off a lot of superstars, including Drew McIntyre, who believed Punk wanted to kill this business.
From the top,
Diving double axe handle. And the action has shifted now into that dangerous area between the ring and the walls of the cell.
Looking to adjust some features on their opponent with that wrench.
oh, looks like it's time for a little demolition.
Oh, ho, ho! Bringing a baseball bat into play.
And now McIntyre is being neutralized.
McIntyre tempting the devil inside.
He goes for the cover. And he manages to kick out at one.
It's not over yet. That was not enough to do it.
Oh, he had the wherewithal to counter McIntyre.
This fight will not go down as a 5-star wrestling classic, that is for sure. These men want to punish and maim one another.
Limited only by the confines of the cell and their own imaginations.
Very few men are ever the same when they walk out of this structure.
Connects with a home run worthy hit.
Nicely done, managing to save themselves there. Back and forth, back and forth. What is the advantage here? Good reflexes coming there. Sequence of reversals here. Both superstars clearly studied game tape ahead of time.
Oh, God.
Overwhelming offense now from Punk.
Punk finding the will to turn the tides inside the cell. He's got McIntyre reeling.
And here he is, heading back into the ring.
This crowd is learning, along with Drew McIntyre, that the inside of CM Punk's head is a scary, scary place. It's never been a matter of self-preservation with anybody I've seen step in the ring with CM Punk. McIntyre has made it abundantly clear he wants to end Punk's career, ruin Punk's life tonight.
And Punk looks like he wants to do the same to McIntyre.
Listen, Punk said, despite the best efforts of my family to stop me from going into this matchup, he says, I can't afford a Hell in a Cell match at this point in my career, but if this means the end of my career, so...
Punk pepper his opponent with attacks. Uranagi.
And he's releasing the hold. I guess he might have something else in mind here.
Whoa, literally battered and bruised right there.
McIntyre a step ahead there.
Corey, you probably know CM Punk better than any of us. You've seen Punk. You've seen the good and the bad side of this man.
Yeah, but even myself, I don't know what Punk is truly capable of. I've never been trapped inside Hell in a Cell with CM Punk. Listen, this may not be the man CM Punk wants to be, but this is who CM Punk has been. Who CM Punk is in his heart. No fear, no hope. Fight tonight like there's no tomorrow, because for Punk, there may not be.
And the same goes for McIntyre.
You're absolutely right.
McIntyre said, Punk, you think you're supernatural, but you are nothing but a man. Oh!
Strong counter from Punk. Counters to gain the advantage. And he just crashed right through the cell. Clean through the steel.
I have to imagine he's having more than second thoughts about being in this match right now, but it is far too late for that.
Sliding back into the ring. Double underhook. Future shock DDT. Into the pin. He breaks the ref's count after one.
Shows that this is still anybody's match at this point.
Well, start the count. We know exactly what McIntyre's aiming for here.
And retaliates with a counter.
CM Punk looking to end things here. Go to sleep.
Can that finish McIntyre?
Uh-oh, sweet dreams coming.
Go to sleep. Will that sew this up for Punk? Avoided any damage there.
And you notice the black armband on the left bicep of McIntyre. He told us he was wearing that tonight because this was Punk's funeral. He was wearing black out of, quote, respect for CM Punk.
McIntyre also wanted to offer his apologies in advance for what he does to the straight-edge superstar.
Certainly a master stroke of mind games. We'll find out if Drew McIntyre can do what Punk claimed. Did McIntyre summon the devil himself, or has Drew been successful in clouding Punk's headspace? Is Punk's psyche all over the place because he's clouded by rage?
CM Punk. Yeah, no, he doesn't get the three.
What will it take to end this? Because clearly that was not it.
Oh, hitting him with that wrench. We all knew this wasn't going to be a 5-star wrestling classic.
An incredible match. Can't call it a fight. This has been an out-and-out. This is turning into a brawl.
McIntyre gets met with a response.
Back and forth, neither one giving up any ground. Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out.
Big shots being fired right now. Neither competitor letting up.
This has turned into a violent game of chicken. Who's going to step off the gas first?
You can feel it.
Oh, looks like we got ourselves a hockey fight. Oh, one thunderous final blow.
Landing a big hit with that hammer.
Look at John Henry swinging the hammer like that. Punk's got a problem here.
This could do it for the win. He manages to kick out. What strength.
There is that legendary fighting spirit of Punk on full display.
And where McIntyre goes from here is unknown. Drew's accustomed to putting out so many men with that maneuver. Out of the ring to the confines of the chain link enclosure.
Woo! Stiff shot.
He quickly slides into the ring.
Oh, what an axe handle.
Clubbing strike breaks up that move. Clothesline. So effective. Counter by CM Punk. Not a good spot to be in.
Oh, right to the esophagus. We have seen some incredible matches tonight, but this is unreal.
This match is trending worldwide online right now for good reason. Driven down. And here we go. Locked in. It's locked in. And he decides to let his opponent out of the hold.
Might have felt like he was losing a grip and didn't want the opposition to counter out of the submission.
Uh-oh. Oh, he flips that around. Saw it coming. It counters it.
Both athletes showing incredible reflexes here.
Wow. Belly up belly. And Drew, this one's for the match. broken CM Punk.
Here is your winner.
Hate is a word we don't use a lot around WWE because there's a certain amount of respect between most competitors. But there is no other word I can use to describe what CM Punk and Drew McIntyre have for each other.
These two have vowed to destroy each other, to end each other's careers here at Hell in a Cell.
The final match in an epic trilogy. I don't know if either of them is going to be able to survive tonight. This is not wholly unfamiliar territory, psychologically speaking, for CM Punk. If you look back to Punk's career,
From way up, double axe handle connects.
Quick thinking right there.
Huge kick connects. And knew what was coming there.
Both superstars showing great awareness of their opponent's repertoire.
STO.
mounting their...
He answers right back.
And Punk clearly ready for a fight here.
Punishing the shoulder. It's never been a matter of self-preservation with anybody I've seen step in the ring with CM Punk. McIntyre has made it abundantly clear he wants to end Punk's career, ruin Punk's life tonight.
And Punk looks like he wants to do the same to McIntyre.
Listen, Punk said, despite the best efforts of my family to stop me from going into this matchup, he says, I can't afford a Hell in a Cell match at this point in my career, but if this means the end of my career, so be it, because I have to end Drew McIntyre.
Well, that just speaks volumes to how deeply under the skin of CM Punk McIntyre managed to get.
You got to think about this. Drew McIntyre has never won inside Hell in a Cell. Punk has. That's going to be adding even more to this match for Drew tonight.
Yeah, McIntyre has been successful in unleashing all of his mind games on Punk leading up to this point. But is that something clouding his own vision? Punk searching for something beneath the apron.
And finally, baseball becomes a lot more interesting.
Gets lifted into position.
Trying to fight their way out of harm's way. Elbows to the jaw.
Corey, you probably know CM Punk better than any of us. You've seen Punk. You've seen the good and the bad side of this man.
Yeah, but even myself, I don't know what Punk is truly capable of. I've never been trapped inside Hell in a Cell with CM Punk. Listen, this may not be the man CM Punk wants to be, but this is who CM Punk has been. Who CM Punk is in his heart. No fear, no hope. Fight tonight like there's no tomorrow, because for Punk, there may not be.
And the same goes for McIntyre.
You're absolutely right.
McIntyre said, Punk, you think you're supernatural, but you are nothing but a man.
Able to capitalize on McIntyre's mistake. Oh, man, what a kick. McIntyre is getting dismantled.
McIntyre tempted the devil inside the Second City Saint.
He can do it here. Gets the shoulder. Wow, what's it going to take?
And it has to be frustrating not getting a deep count at this point, but you can't let that get to you.
With their opponent all tied up in the ropes, this superstar is just teeing off.
And a backstabber!
Over the top and lands awkwardly outside.
Out of the ring, still surrounded by the hell that is the steel structure. Oh, man!
Boom!
Drew McIntyre showing everyone why we call him the Scottish psychopath.
Oh, CM Punk stopped that in its tracks.
Oh, this crowd is learning, along with Drew McIntyre, that the inside of CM Punk's head is a scary, scary place.
Ugh. Oof.
And he comes in under the ropes now. Ooh, did you hear that thud from the back, connecting with flesh and bone?
Punk avoids the attack. Punk ducks under, grabs the hammerlock, and drops his opponent with a massive line.
Oh!
Ooh. And averting damage there.
Repeated hits like that are going to add up very quick. Plenty of damage being dealt here.
This could be it for the 3 count. Shoulder shoots up before 2.
Wow. Claymore by McIntyre.
Does McIntyre catch this over?
Oh, kick out at 2.
There is that legendary fighting spirit of Punk on full display.
And now McIntyre is at a loss as his mind races to rethink his attack. What a counter!
Jeez, this is turning into batting practice now. CM Punk has been going to that place, has been letting the devil out.
Just wailing away with that weapon like there's no tomorrow. This is getting damn dangerous.
Connected hard with the calf kick.
Momentum is really on Punk's side.
Punk finding the will to turn the tides inside the cell. He's got McIntyre reeling.
Oh, man.
The cover for the win. Obviously still has some fight left.
Oh, tossed to ringside. Looking to explore every inch of hell here now. One step ahead there. And Punk making his way back to the ring.
CM Punk hoists his opponent down with a GTS.
Drew is completely out of it.
What's it going to take to end it? It might be this. Go to sleep. Is it the finishing touch Punk needs?
And Punk gets countered there. And let's not forget the obsession Drew McIntyre had with Punk and what Punk has cost McIntyre on a number of occasions. That being the World Championship, including at WrestleMania.
An eye for an eye, Punk would say. Just calling up for McIntyre, who injured Punk, costing him an opportunity at WrestleMania.
Drew's own wife has become second best in his heart. That is how deep Drew's hatred for CM Punk runs.
McIntyre might be able to start mounting something here.
His instincts kicking in and saving him from a further beating.
McIntyre wants to prove to the WWE Universe that he's a man of his word, that the Scottish Warrior will be the one responsible for ending Punk once and for all.
Into a sleeper hold. Oh, and a neck breaker. And you notice the black armband on the left bicep of McIntyre. He told us he was wearing that tonight because this was Punk's funeral. He was wearing black out of, quote, respect for CM Punk.
McIntyre also wanted to offer his apologies in advance for what he does to the straight-edge superstar.
Certainly a master stroke of mind games. We'll find out if Drew McIntyre can do what Punk claimed. Did McIntyre summon the devil himself, or has Drew been successful in clouding Punk's headspace? Is Punk's
hit on CM Punk? And he kicks out of the pin and one.
You are not alone in your shock, Cole. We all thought that was it. Here we go. Brainbuster. Absolutely stunned from that attack to the head.
Yeah, all out of sorts now. Oh, McIntyre holding him at bay. Bam! Just beat down with that wrench. Now to the ring to into the confines of the chain link enclosure. Coming back to the outside now. About to be locked in. Here we go, guys. One last gasp effort, and that'll do it. Got out of that position with the desperation jawbreaker. These two are finding an answer for everything. Back and forth, counter after counter.
Punk now with a quick duck under and a Uranagi converts it into the anaconda.
He lets his opponent out of the submission.
Yeah, but who knows what damage has been done.
And now he's back into the ring. And the action is shifted now into that dangerous area between the ring and the walls of the cell. Punk missed with a wrench and a low blow by McIntyre.
Remember, that is completely legal. It is distasteful, but it's highly effective, and all the wind knocked out of Punk's sails.
Who cares about being tasteful when you're locked inside of Hell in a Cell, Wade? Drew McIntyre came here to destroy Punk once and for all.
And now McIntyre going to introduce the steel steps into this matchup. The Scottish Warrior, this Terminator, just destroying Punk.
Well, you wanted hell, Punk? You're getting hell. You are locked in there, no escape, and your demise may be imminent.
Punk trying to summon the will to continue, and what does McIntyre have inside of that little bag, gentlemen?
I can only imagine what this sicko has in mind.
The Scottish psychopath cooking up something dastardly, no doubt.
Oh my God, the disrespect.
Adding insult to injury.
Those are the beads of Punk's bracelet.
Were the beads of Punk's bracelet. And McIntyre now looking to just finally put Punk away. No!
McIntyre might have just broken his back.
Oh, God, the sharp edge of that steel digging in to the lower back of McIntyre, who may be crippled. And now with the upper hand is CM Punk.
This is one of the most brutal matches I've ever witnessed inside Hell in a Cell.
Punk trying to shove those beads down McIntyre's throat. Here it comes, the end.
GTS connects. Cover off the go to sleep by Punk. And he got him. What a win, what a match.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
CM Punk earned this victory.
Such a drawn-out, heated rivalry, but finally conquering McIntyre is CM Punk.
For as clear as Drew made it that he was not happy to have me back, it was nothing in comparison to the noise generated about me by the constant thorn in my side, Seth.
Enjoy the show.
Much like Drew, Rollins had a bit of a tantrum when I walked through that curtain at Survivor Series after nearly 10 years away from WWE. I knew we were on a collision course. After Hell in a Cell, I took a little time to heal. Once I felt good, a special request from Paul Heyman led me to joining the OG Bloodline at Survivor Series to help Roman Reigns in his quest to dismantle the new Bloodline. Once that was settled, I focused solely on Seth. We were set to battle at the first Raw of 2025, and after waiting a decade for this opportunity, I certainly wasn't going to let anything go wrong. So let's go back to January 2025, the start of a new era, and beat Seth Rollins in front of the entire world.
Seth freaking Rollins as motivated as we've ever seen him. This is personal.
The people are singing Rollins' song. This is Rollins' battle cry as he heads to war with CM Punk.
Gentlemen, over 20 years ago, Seth Rollins got in a car and drove from Iowa to the East Coast to try out for CM Punk's training school. He redefined himself in his craft. Rollins and Punk would reunite briefly in NXT, and then the Shield would become mercenaries for Punk. And Punk would leave WWE for personal and professional reasons. Talk negatively about WWE, while Rollins carried WWE on his back for a decade. CM Punk would return to WWE 14 months ago to huge fanfare, the support of the fans and many in the back, and that didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins was going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight. Seth freaking Rollins versus a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk.
And this capacity crowd just exploded. They know exactly what time it is.
And this is CM Punk's first singles match since October, since that brutal Hell in a Cell match against Drew McIntyre. It's Punk's first match on Monday Night Raw, period, since 2014.
Seth Rollins prides himself on being the absolute workhorse of WWE. You have to imagine he sees that as a point in his favor here, a clear advantage he has over Punk.
CM Punk and Seth Rollins, two men who are completely beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent, their work ethic, and their passion and drive.
But as similar as they are in those respects, where they have diverged has become a point of contention between both of them, which has brought us to this point in the main event of a historic Monday Night Raw.
Survivor Series 2023. The utter dismay on the face of Rollins when CM Punk returned, when hell froze over. These emotions have been building up inside Seth Rollins for the last 14 months.
Seth Rollins says he's fighting for this company, says he couldn't believe that CM Punk verbally tried to tear this place down over the 10 years that he was gone, only to be embraced the way he was when he returned.
Tonight, Rollins intends on extracting this demon from his soul and WWE altogether.
If Seth freaking Rollins wants to finally earn a high-profile victory over CM Punk, he's going to have to do everything in his power to resist Punk's mind games.
Well, I agree with that sentiment, Wade, but come on. Let's not pretend that Punk's immune to the psychological attacks the Architect is capable of.
Indeed, guys, Rollins and Punk are two masters at getting under the skin of their opponents. The big question is, who can execute on their plans first? If you're Seth Rollins, you've got to try to keep the emotions in check. Focus now, shoulders down.
Here we go.
He breaks the count before the two, still putting up a hell of a fight.
Rollins just a step too slow. This rivalry has been brewing for years and escalating for months. Rollins was seething upon Punk's return at Survivor Series 2023, remembering the years that Punk spent disparaging WWE.
And the tensions grew when Rollins was a special guest referee at SummerSlam last year, counting the pinfall victory for Drew McIntyre over Punk.
Both men with ample reason to despise the other. Now Punk and Rollins finally get to take out all their frustration tonight.
Oh, what a chop! And now tying up the leg.
So focused on just pummeling the leg there. An effective attack to the leg can hurt everything from balance to mobility. It can drastically limit you inside the ring.
Jumping knee strike.
Lights out. Punk famously said the night after he returned to WWE, quote, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." He said he doesn't care what others think of him anymore, and he's proven it true thus far.
That may be true, Corey. A master on the microphone like Punk doesn't often let words of others get to him, but certain actions can still set this man off. Of that, I am sure.
Indeed, we saw Punk lash out at Drew McIntyre recently when the Scottish Warrior stole the bracelet given to Punk by one of his biggest fans that bears the name of Punk's wife and their dog. Rollins can find something similar to set Punk off. It could give him the mental advantage tonight. And Punk just thrown out of the way. Gentlemen, here's an astonishing fact. This is CM Punk's first match on Raw in almost 11 years.
The last time Punk competed on WWE's flagship show, it was a week before the 2014 Royal Rumble. And in a little more than 4 weeks, both men will take part in the 2025 Royal Rumble with the aim to earn a main event spot at WrestleMania 41.
I'd say either of these men has a good chance at claiming a main event spot at WrestleMania if they don't destroy each other first.
Corey, I know my notes handy. Who did Punk last face on Raw?
It says here he now works with office supplies.
And look at this now. Bad intentions coming with this hold.
This isn't even about gaining a victory.
And he very quickly counters.
Crashing into the barricade with such force. Using that barricade with great effect.
Amazing action so far in the main event of an historic episode of Monday Night Raw. We've seen so many unforgettable moments tonight as the show makes its debut on the biggest streaming service in the world.
And I can think of no matchup more worthy of this show's main event than two generational talents in the form of CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins.
Given the major stakes in this match and the high-profile nature of this event, I expect a lot of leeway from the official in this match. Nobody wants to see this one end in a count-out or disqualification.
And now heading back inside the ring, taking things to the outside, but got to make sure to heed the official's count. Clearly lost in the moment. He better snap out of it.
Rollins is feeding off the WWE Universe.
Loving blow. Snapmare. Cover for the win. Kick out just before 2.
Incredible resilience this deep into the match.
He's able to counter that.
Oof, back elbow puts a stop to things.
Hammerlock is in. That'll hurt. DDT. What's he planning here? Connecting with the Falcon Arrow. Just sent crashing to the arena floor. Again, Punk is headed out of the ring.
Delivered into the barricade.
And able to skirt around that attack.
Sling blade.
Oh, a rough landing right into the barricade.
What a counter by Rollins.
We're seeing one response after another. Neither superstar gaining a foothold.
Into the unforgiving barricade.
Set straight into the barricade.
Into the barricade.
Gotta find a way back to the ring immediately.
Will he get on with it already? This is a fight.
Just an absolutely stiff blow to the head there.
And Seth has to love this. Has to love seeing the pain starting to set in on the face of CM Punk.
Gets the reversal. What a counter. He's hurled out and crashes down to the floor.
Oh my goodness, diving moonsault.
Making that type of athleticism look easy when it is anything but.
Picked up and being carried around now. Taking a little tour of ringside, and I guess we're one of the pit stops.
Seth just rubbing it in. Stopping all that nonsense right now.
God.
Well, that's not very sportsmanlike of him, is it? Oh, the sheer force of that Irish whip.
And he's going to the outside, which will start a count out.
Clear who the visionary is in this match.
He's looking to take things to the outside now.
Doing a little exploring right now.
Getting up close and personal with the WWE Universe. The WWE Universe is going absolutely wild as these two battle it out in the arena seats.
Great job refocusing to reverse that.
Boom! DDT!
And now exiting the crowd area. Looks like he's coming back in.
He knows the clock is ticking. Time to stop messing around in the crowd.
He's really pushing the limit here, getting close to a count out. Don't know what the plan is here.
Oh, you know, just mingling with the people.
A little cockiness here from Punk. Now entering the raucous crowd. Just don't forget about the referee's count.
Brainbuster!
Well, I hope these fans are enjoying their front row seats to the havoc of this match. Getting way more than they paid for.
Rollins
hoisted up, powerbomb, desperate situation, but shots to the head quickly put a stop to that.
And now war is being waged out in the sea of fans.
These people didn't know they had front row seats.
Got to get back into the ring quickly. Otherwise, this match is over. And he exits the ring.
Better watch the count. Getting away from the unwashed masses and back to ringside.
And CM Punk to Rollins off the crossbody. Rollins, though, able to roll through.
Just amazing power and timing from Seth Rollins. We've seen it throughout his career. And now, catching CM Punk with a GTS. Punk rather fortuitously rolling all the way to the outside to safety, although in hot pursuit now, Seth Rollins.
And Rollins limping around the ring, favoring his leg.
They sing, I hit your move. They sing my song. All of this.
And now just mocking and having his way with Punk.
Rollins has waited for this moment for far, far too long. This victory is going to be one of the sweet... Wait a minute!
Oh my goodness! Cover! Isn't it up? And a kick out!
While catching Seth Rollins with his own stomp and coming within a millisecond of victory here.
And Punk not done yet. Pounding away on Rollins. Frustration setting in.
I mean, years of bad blood and verbal jousts between these two are about to come to a head.
Seth able to counter GTS, looking to deliver one of his own.
Oh, and he connected.
And Punk kicks out.
This could be it. He could win it all here. He got the shoulder up in time.
Not quite enough to put him away.
Point of the elbow, nailed it.
Trading back and forth blows now. Ooh.
Giving up now is not an option. They have to finish this.
Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
Neither competitor shows any signs of letting up or slowing down here. Boom! Barely anything left, but still slugging away. Ooh! There's no need for finesse when a flying fist will do just fine.
Oh my, that'll rock you.
And Punk now lifting his opponent up. And back GTS connects.
It's all Punk's for the taking.
Oh, that gets reversed on CM Punk.
Getting sent to the turnbuckles.
And he retaliates.
The visionary, the revolutionary, the architect, Seth Rollins, the Second City Saint, the voice of the voiceless, the ever-controversial CM Punk. A match years in the making has come down to this. Two men, both five-time world champions, physically exhausted, but refusing to relent, refusing to allow the other to take advantage of their exhaustion.
CM Punk. Had it scouted. Now can capitalize. Ouch.
Oh, we know what's coming.
Answers with an inverted DDT. That could turn this around. Caught an elbow to the gut for that effort.
Hooked up, DDT.
And Punk wants more from his opponent. Seth dodges that attack. CM Punk turning his attention to the WWE Universe now.
Went for the submission, but the opponent got too close to the ropes.
Uh-oh. Oh, shoulder first.
I think the ring just shifted.
And Punk is really putting the pressure on.
Yeah, now Punk's got Rollins in as vulnerable position as we've ever seen him. Might not know where exactly he is right now, and it's about to get worse. CM Punk,
Stopping that offense with a swift elbow.
Seth Rollins, CM Punk. These two men, two absolute titans in this industry. Similar in so many ways. They're both putting everything on the line tonight, battling with everything they have.
And this capacity Monday Night Raw crowd no doubt knows that they are watching an instant classic unfold between these two right before their very eyes.
Exploder suplex.
Seth Rollins desperately needs to figure this out.
And CM Punk is keeping the pressure on, completely taking it to Rollins here. Nice movement from Punk, and the Uranagi commits. And now...
And wait a second. Interesting turn of events here.
Yeah, he just released the hold, and I'm racking my brain wondering why.
Punch straight to the face, staves off the attack. Got them off their feet here. Set powerbomb.
Apparently, this match needed a mud hole to stop in every single part of his body.
Oh, Seth gets caught with a counter.
Deep uppercut connects.
Punk is locked in on his opponent now.
Bang! He finds a counter.
Gets out of dodge. Powerful uppercut finds the mark. Punk looking dominant now.
Oh! Short on clothesline by Punk. And the counter from Rollins. Turn it around with a reversal.
Put into place.
Oh, that hurt.
And he evades sudden, swift, and brutal impact.
Look out. The stop.
Hit on CM Punk. Oh, shoulder up before three.
There is that legendary fighting spirit of Punk on full display.
And Rollins not handling this well. That was it, for all he knew, but it wasn't. We're at a vital stage in this matchup, and this audience is fully aware of it.
Yeah, they know another turning point can come at any second, and that can be the instant that ends it all. Just caught all that with his face, but now CM Punk looks like he's opened up.
Hammerlock now, but a lariat. Turns that back on CM Punk.
Punk's had enough. He's looking to end this here.
GTS.
Is it enough for Punk?
Seth freaking Rollins with a close freaking call. I don't know how he survived that.
Punk's got the anaconda vice in. Not sure what he's thinking, letting go here.
You hope just to witness a match like this in your life, and to call it has been a true honor.
I couldn't agree more. This is why we all do what we do.
There it is. room and lands a jawbreaker. A chain of reversals here. Every motion getting cut off.
Dragon screw.
Propping them up top. Looking to show off their aerial skills here. Outright Hurricane Rana.
With all these attacks on his torso, on his ribs, it's got to be hard for him to breathe right now.
Just gasping for air.
Boom. CM Punk looking to end things here.
Gotta sleep. Busting out the heavy artillery once again.
2 count. Punk wins. Punk beats Rollins.
Here is your winner, Sam Hill.
What a fight, what a night, and what a win. CM Punk once again showing why he is indeed the best in the world.
This truly was a battle between two men at the absolute top of the mountain when it comes to professional wrestling. This really could have gone either way a number of times, but in the end, Punk had Rollins' number.
Yeah, but don't think this is over for Rollins. If anything, this result is only going to enrage him even more, set him off even more on his self-imposed crusade against CM Punk.
WrestleMania 41 was supposed to be the culmination of all those years of hard work. After all the ups and downs, all roads pointed to the one location I'd always dreamed of, the main event of WrestleMania. My victories over Drew and Seth had shown that I was still at the top of my game. After I eliminated both Roman and Rollins at the 2025 Royal Rumble, I soon found myself tossed over and thrown to the floor. And that allowed Rollins to release all his frustrations, taking Roman out with a stomp, attacking me, and punctuating the whole mess with another stomp on Roman. So when Heyman announced that the three of us would meet in the main event of the first night of WrestleMania 41, that's when I struck. I used my earned favor from Survivor Series to request Heyman be in my corner that night. This infuriated Roman Reigns, who would not listen to reason, insistent that Heyman had turned his back on his tribal chief. And in all the madness, Roman and I both lost sight. We never thought that night would end the way it did.
Oh, no!
Heyman betraying both of us.
Oh, my God! What the hell did we just witness?
I can't think of a better candidate for slingshot tech to address. It took my whole career to get to that main event. So let's go back to WrestleMania 41 and get me the win that I was well on my way to earning. Let's destroy the Architect's plans. Let's show the Oracle that he doesn't see all. And let's force Roman Reigns to acknowledge us.
Here comes Seth freaking Rollins.
The visionary and the revolutionary of WWE.
Officially the coolest entrance living every man's dream, Seth freaking Rollins.
Las Vegas serenading Seth freaking Rollins.
You guys remember what happened 10 years ago up in California, the Bay Area? Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank in the heist of the century at WrestleMania.
An iconic call for an iconic performance. Seth needs another one of those iconic moments this evening against two of the best this industry has ever seen.
A 14th appearance in WrestleMania, the third time he's been in the main event.
Come to WrestleMania for the wrestling, but stay for the karaoke. We've got a bit of everything tonight here in Vegas.
The OTC has arrived in Sin City.
1,365 pounds. The OTC.
For a record 10th time, Roman Reigns will main event WrestleMania.
A titan of this industry marching to the ring with his signature celestial swagger, the epitome of ice-cold, effortless cool.
Roman Reigns with a record of 9-3 at WrestleMania. Guys, there are only a handful of men in history with more wins than Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. 3 of those men are The Undertaker, John Cena, and the Game Triple H.
Pressure? What pressure? It's only the main event of WrestleMania. But this is a road Roman Reigns has taken many times before.
This man has a locker at the main event of WrestleMania. This is where Roman Reigns lives.
A lot of questions this week about who would carry the Ula Fala to the ring. Paul Heyman would normally do that. Tonight, Roman Reigns come to the ring with the Ula Fala on his neck himself. And for the first time in many, many years, Roman Reigns heads into battle alone.
The Ula Fala symbolizes the head of the family. And when you talk about Roman Reigns' family, you're talking about one of the most successful and powerful families in the history of wrestling. Tens of thousands of ones to the sky here in Las Vegas.
The Anoa'i family dominance continuing here at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns in a triple threat match for pride and glory. Ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk is in the main event of WrestleMania.
It has to be a surreal moment for CM Punk.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds,
Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins look thoroughly disgusted over the fact that Paul Heyman walked down to the ring with a second City Saint. It is CM Punk's first WrestleMania match in 12 years. Remember, he missed last year's WrestleMania with a torn triceps, and this year he goes into triple threat action with Reigns and Rollins, two men that he cannot stand. Triple threat rules. The first man to gain pinfall or submission will win this match. There are no countouts, no disqualifications. He's won championships, he's made friends, he's made enemies. Tonight is CM Punk's night. Tonight is CM Punk's main event.
The pressure has always been CM Punk's playground. The fire has always been burning, and his only addiction is wrestling.
It's a clash of the Titans here at WrestleMania. The original Tribal Chief, the Visionary, the best in the world in a triple threat match.
Punk has waited a long time for this, to main event the show of shows. And to make things better, he gets a chance to take down the two men who have been standing in his way since his return.
Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins think they run WWE, that this is their world that Punk has stepped into. But they've got plenty of history to work out between themselves too. This is going to be one for the ages.
It always bothers me to be around Heyman, always leeching off other people's talents, and CM Punk's quick. He goes for the quick pin attempt. He cuts off the pin.
It's not over yet.
Neck breaker.
Neck breaker.
The focus squarely on Rollins there, as the triple threat rules will continue to be a factor.
Barbaric clubbing blow.
Sliding back in under the ropes here.
Goes for the suplex. Power up high. Oh, but dropping behind Eddie.
I don't know what they're looking for here. CM Punk who burst out of the scene. CM Punk showed up at ECW run by Punk. He's going for the pin. Oh my, how in the world did he kick out of that?
Loose cover leads to a strong kick out. Big shot taken.
That cover isn't enough. That breaks the count. This match continues on. Jumping knee strike. Lights out.
Roman taking on the offense, but I assure you, the big stage of a WrestleMania main event is not phasing him one bit.
Moving into the ring. All the way down to the floor.
Risked it all and lost it all.
That's going to hurt in more ways than one.
Rollins looking to bait his opponent into a mistake. Snapped over by the quick suplex. CM Punk has had a non-stop grin since walking out here. Remember, securing the main event of WrestleMania was never the goal. Winning in the main event of WrestleMania is. Punk fails to do that, and he'll always look back on this night with regret.
Paul Heyman did tell CM Punk that he indeed will one day main event.
Followed up with the pin attempt.
Oh, steel chairs aren't supposed to bend that way. Oh, man.
Oh!
No doubt about it. This is just added extreme insult to injury.
But CM Punk can find an answer after taking that. Oh, lands right on the knees. That can change everything. Picture-perfect drop kick.
And for Punk and Rollins, such a personal hatred between these two. Rollins has never forgotten the fact that Punk left the company. Bad mouth the company for many years while Rollins stayed here and played the soldier. And when Punk came back to all the fanfare, it pissed Rollins off. Seth has a lot of animosity to take out.
I actually spoke to Rollins earlier. He said the only time CM Punk has improved the culture in WWE is when he cleared off for 10 years.
Rollins known to be irritating. We're seeing no different now.
Seth left an opening. Slap.
Can he do it?
He's not letting fatigue set in or get the better of him.
And remember, the reason that Rollins and Reigns are here, at least when they first arrived on the scene, was because of CM Punk. The Shield was built as a security force for CM Punk.
Come on, let's not make out like that is some accolade for CM Punk. They were brought in as security to protect CM Punk. It wasn't some selfless act by Punk, and both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins know that.
Well, Punk is claiming that he was the man to bring them both into the business, and he can't wait to be the man to take them both out of it. This has been a hurricane of chaos. Rollins, Punk, Reigns, each struggling to prove their superiority.
No, he kicks out.
I didn't think this match was close to over.
Here's the cover, is it enough? Oh.
Wait, look at the feet. The feet are on the ropes.
He did not want things to end this way.
Oh, stiff uppercut.
Oh, fisherman suplex.
Ah, look at this, just cranking it out.
Oh, man.
Beautiful neck breaker after the float over.
That was pretty.
Oh, he cuts it off. And he heads back into the ring. Strong counter from Punk. Look at this. This can't be good.
Targeting the throat there.
Catches the kick.
Spine buster.
Oh, Roman Reigns locked and loaded, measuring his opponent. Here we go.
That spells doom for Rollins.
Turning it into a pin for the win. Oh, that gets reversed on CM Punk.
And just tossing Seth out of the ring like that.
Oh, quick way to respond with the reversal. DDT! And now Reigns is starting to look like a man who realizes he is the tribal chief with no followers to come to his aid. Look out!
Oh, and nobody's there.
Placed him in the corner here. Wicked clothesline. This is not about a championship. This is about pride and dignity and proving you're the best, perhaps, of a generation.
It's about ego and animosity. It's about 12 years ago when three men made their way down the stairs to
Shoulders down. This could be it. Stopping the pin.
Timely intervention.
Oh, he timed that counter well. Oh, CM Punk stopped that in its tracks. Ooh. From the top. Boom, what a punch.
Superman punch.
And Punk gets countered there. Oh, and it's reversed. A reversal. He saw that coming. Strong counter from Punk. Caught in a bad spot. Knee right to the gut.
We knew this one was going to be good, but Reigns, Rollins, and Punk have outdone all expectations.
simply some of the best talents we've ever seen in this industry.
The WWE Universe is absolutely electric right now.
The energy in here is unreal.
Just remember that attacks to the head like that can build up quickly.
He's looking to go high risk from the top rope.
Stalking from above.
Under the ropes and back into the ring.
Take off. Body from the
Off the steps.
You heard the thud on the steps. I guarantee that was the sound of bones shattering. Across the top rope.
Being carried around now.
Targeting the trachea.
And Seth, this one's for the match. And he fights it off.
tonight. He must be using the reserve tanks at this point.
It's the red, white, and blue Thunderbomb. Roman Reigns setting up for his patented move. Superman punch. Spiked.
The WWE Universe is on their feet watching this war unfold.
And much like the two warriors competing here tonight, I can assure you they won't soon forget it.
Roman.
Reigns. No coming back from Reigns after that. There's two.
What a win for Roman Reigns. His pure power game was more than Punk or Seth could handle.
Here is your winner,
It's a clash of the Titans here at WrestleMania. The original tribal chief, the visionary, the best in the world in a triple threat match.
Punk has waited a long time for this, to main event the show of shows. And to make things better, he gets a chance to take down the two men who have been standing in his way since his return.
Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins think they run WWE, that this is their world that Punk has stepped into. But they've got plenty of history to work out between themselves too. This is going to be one for the ages.
I'm sure a betting man would tell you the odds are against CM Punk here, against two younger competitors who have been on top in WWE for the past decade. However, that's when Punk does his best work, when he's backed into a corner on the biggest stage possible.
Yeah, in a bad situation, and the bright lights here at WrestleMania could just bring out the best in CM Punk. It always bothers me to be around Heyman, always leeching off other people's talents. In CM Punk's corner tonight, though, the question is, where does Paul's allegiance truly lie?
Well, I'll be the first to say I don't trust a word that comes out of the mouth of Paul Heyman. But perhaps for the first time in his entire life, he showed some true loyalty to one of the men who brought him to the dance in WWE. A bond that goes way back, he and CM Punk.
Shoulders down, pinning predicament. Side Russian leg sweep. He's rummaging for some sort of equalizer underneath the ring. Back into the ring here. CM Punk, who burst out of the scene. CM Punk showed up at ECW, run by Paul Heyman when he was only a teenager. Wanted to break into the business. He would get to the WWE developmental territory and become Heyman's best friend.
Punk made being a Paul Heyman guy a cool thing to be. Everyone has profited from their association with the wise man.
And you could argue that the greatest benefactor was the 1,316-day reign of the tribal chief.
But look at everything Roman did for Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman's career. Riding the gravy train of Roman Reigns, and now to turn his back on him for tonight. This is just turning into a savage display of violence.
Letting out every ounce of frustration and rage and then some.
Come on, this has got way too far. Just stop this already. And Roman and Seth, two former allies, would make a lot of sense for them to team up with CM Punk tonight.
Yeah, I think it's way...
Turns it into a pin attempt. And there's the kick out.
An absolutely incredible kick out from him at this point.
Beautiful neck breaker after the float over. That was pretty. Coming down on the chair.
An extremely rough landing onto the chair. That pain's not going to go away anytime soon.
Let's see if Punk can find an answer after taking that.
Spinning kick to the gut. Pulling him in for the backbreaker. Ouch. And for Punk and Rollins, such a personal hatred between these two. Rollins has never forgotten the fact that Punk left the company, badmouthed the company for many years, while Rollins stayed here and played the soldier. And when Punk came back to all the fanfare, it pissed Rollins off. Seth has a lot of animosity to take out.
I actually spoke to Rollins earlier. He said the only time CM Punk has improved the culture in WWE is when he cleared off for 10 years.
Taking things back into the ring.
this match carries on.
And he is directed into the corner. Crushing impact in the corner. And an elbow for good measure.
And remember, the reason that Rollins and Reigns are here, at least when they first arrived on the scene, was because of CM Punk. The Shield was built as a security force for CM Punk.
Come on, let's not make out like that is some accolade for CM Punk. They were brought in as security to protect CM Punk. It wasn't some selfless act by Punk, and both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins know that.
Punk is claiming that he was the man to bring them both into the business, and he can't wait to be the man to take them both out of it.
Beautiful! Float over neck breaker.
Picture perfect.
Good technique reversing Rollins. This is not about a championship. This is about pride and dignity and proving you're the best, perhaps of a generation.
It's about ego and animosity. It's about 12 years ago when three men made their way down the stairs to remake this company in their image, and the man that opened the back door for that.
A search for supremacy. The man that walks out of here is the champion of a generation.
Flying crossbody from the top. Readjusting the furniture. We know how this ends.
He'll make his way to the ring. Oh, he saw it coming.
This is the main event of WrestleMania, and if anyone can dig deeper than most, it is Seth freaking Rollins.
Punk wasting no motion on the counter.
Countered into a backdrop. Oh, just driving those steel stairs right into their opponent.
Getting carried to a vulnerable position here. Seth is down for the count. No, he gets the shoulder up.
He may not have too much left, but at least he had enough to kick out there.
Smash after the stomps.
CM Punk with a quick movement. Uranagi connects. He's not done there.
And for some reason, he just broke his own submission hold. And now Punk. Kick to the midsection of Reigns. Rollins trying to crawl back into this as well.
Rollins trying to prevent that GTS on Reigns, but he's about to eat one himself.
Oh, bang. Spear. Stomp. Everybody down.
Oh, what a moment of chaos in this match. If any man here can get a cover, it could be victory, but wait up. Lurking is Paul Heyman with a steel chair.
And no shocker here. Handing the chair to his friend, CM Punk. And this, guys, this could be the ultimate betrayal of Roman Reigns.
Oh, Heyman went for a low blow, but caught by CM Punk.
What the hell is Heyman thinking?
And now Punk with a roundhouse kick to Reigns.
Well, Heyman tried to stab his man, CM Punk, in the back, but was denied. But now Rollins with a low blow of his own on Punk. What the hell is going on?
And now Heyman handing the chair to Rollins. What the hell? Oh, no!
The devil's work is afoot tonight.
Plan B all over again.
That pathetic Paul Heyman. He's a damn Judas. How many people is he going to betray?
You're missing the pearl code, the visionary Seth.
Seth Rollins with
The stomp.
Here's Seth's big chance.
and right into the cover.
Might end this.
Seth drew up Reigns and Punk's defeat perfectly.
Like it or not, agree with his tactics or not. It's a clash of the Titans here at WrestleMania. The original tribal chief, the visionary, the best in the world in a triple threat match.
Punk has waited a long time for this, to main event the show of shows. And to make things better, he gets a chance to take down the two men who have been standing in his way since his return.
Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins think they run WWE, that this is their world that Punk has stepped into. But they've got plenty of history to work out between themselves too. This is going to be one for the ages.
CM Punk, who burst out of the scene. CM Punk showed up at ECW, run by Paul Heyman, when he was only a teenager, wanting to break into the business. He would get to the WWE developmental territory and become Heyman's best friend.
Punk made being a Paul Heyman guy a cool thing to be. Everyone has profited from their association with the wise man.
And you could argue that the greatest benefactor was the 1,316-day reign of the Tribal Chief.
But look at everything Roman did for Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman's career. Riding the gravy train of Roman Reigns, and now to turn his back on him for tonight.
I'm sure a betting man would tell you the odds are against CM Punk here, against two younger competitors who have been on top in WWE for the past decade. However, that's when Punk does his best work, when he's backed into the corner on the biggest stage possible.
Yeah, in a bad situation, and the bright lights here at WrestleMania could just bring out the best in CM Punk.
Shoving him into the corner now.
Seth Rollins just sitting back and degrading his opponent.
And he re-enters into the ring. Oh, no! Dangerous maneuver there. It always bothers me to be around Heyman, always leeching off other people's talents. In CM Punk's corner tonight, though, the question is, where does Paul's allegiance truly lie?
Well, I'll be the first to say I don't trust a word that comes out of the mouth of Paul Heyman. But perhaps for the first time in his entire life, he showed some true loyalty to one of the men who brought him to the dance in WWE. A bond that goes way back, he and CM Punk.
That's going to leave a mark. Ooh, a vicious shot right to the dome.
Taking full advantage of the foreign object in play here. Back-to-back attacks. Oh, come on, stop this. Your point's made. No need to keep on doing this. Will he get on with it already? This is a fight. All right, he's got to refocus up now. And for Punk and Rollins, such a personal hatred between these two. Rollins has never forgotten the fact that Punk left the company, badmouthed the company for many years, while Rollins stayed here and played the soldier. And when Punk came back to all the fanfare, it pissed Rollins off. Seth has a lot of animosity to take out.
I actually spoke to Rollins earlier. He said the only time CM Punk has improved the culture in WWE is when he cleared off for 10 years.
Elbow to the heart. Pain must be shooting through that leg now. Seth Rollins up the turnbuckles. From the top.
Good Lord, taking flight.
That had to have hurt just as much as it hurt your opponent.
No one comes out unscathed with a high-risk move like that.
Able to steer clear of danger there. CM Punk has had a non-stop grin since walking out here. Remember, securing the main event of WrestleMania was never the goal. Winning in the main event of WrestleMania is. Punk fails to do that, and he'll always look back on this night with regret.
Paul Heyman did tell CM Punk that he indeed will one day main event WrestleMania. Paul Heyman said, "I will be with you when it happens," and it has.
Well, no matter the outcome, CM Punk
shoulders down. This could be it. strong kick out there.
Still fighting the good fight here.
Here he comes, sliding back into the ring. Oh, man. Did you hear the snap of the kendo stick?
Roman, spear! Seth has got to dig deep now.
2. And they're still in this.
Seth Rollins has never been known to lay down and hand out victories to anyone.
Reigns now realizing that he's facing an even tougher level of opponent than usual tonight. And remember the looking to end this. The schoolboy! You gotta be kidding me. Punk kicking out at the last millisecond.
Solid bit of defense on his part there.
Over neckbreaker. Picture perfect. Counter by CM Punk.
Canted with a backdrop.
Not looking good. In this position. He is looking to do some serious harm.
This is the main event of WrestleMania, and if anyone can dig deeper than most, it is Seth freaking Rollins. Seth turns that away.
No serious damage to the arm being inflicted here. Turns that back.
Rollins now, opponent defenseless.
Sound of the kendo snapping on flesh.
Wow, we got that scattered.
Great in-ring IQ on display there.
And here we go, returning to the ring. And now Reigns is starting to look like a man who realizes he is a tribal chief with no follower. This is it. He could put him away right here. Turns it around and has the pin. Digging deep for a kick out.
That had to take all the energy he's got at this point.
What a counter! And Rollins capitalizes.
Roman Reigns now walking into something.
It's not over as he breaks up the hold.
Spiked by that DDT.
Impressive reversal on Rollins. Rollins with a head of steam. Big air.
Stomp.
Come on, CM Punk. He breaks up the pin. Stops the referee's count.
Taking this to the floor.
Seth leaves again.
We knew this one was going to be good, but Reigns, Rollins, and Punk have outdone all expectations.
Simply some of the best talents we've ever seen in this industry. Oh, what a sling blade. Talk about a hard landing, flesh connecting painfully with hard steel. And the dents on the chair is proof.
Looks like a play to go after the legs now. What a clothesline.
A bone-rattling knee.
He saw that one coming.
Sling blade.
Oh, my word. That was a terrible way to land on that chair. Just the chilling sound of bone meeting steel.
Absolutely no telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
Now with kendo stick in hand, he's become even more dangerous. Rollins steers clear of that. And he clearly believes he has all the power now, wielding that weapon.
A hard fall.
And he gets delivered back into the ring. Rollins goes into the cover. This could do it. And that breaks up the pin. Off the welts already forming from that kendo shot.
Escape just the Roman.
Reigns. CM Punk doesn't know where he is. Beautiful. Right into the cover. What a win for Roman Reigns. His pure power game was more than Punk or Seth could handle.
Here is your winner.
Each of these three men believe they are the only one who can walk out of here victorious. Roman Reigns to prove his dominance, Seth Rollins to prove his superiority, and CM Punk to prove he's still the best in the world.
Punk has claimed that for him this is just business. Taking Reigns and Rollins out at WrestleMania will get them out of his way so he can accomplish the things he returned to WWE to do, to win titles.
But Reigns and Rollins are not your average roadblocks. They're two of the biggest names in WWE for a reason. And they're not about to let CM Punk just have his way.
It always bothers me to be around Heyman, always leeching off other people's talents. In CM Punk's corner tonight, though, the question is, where does Paul's allegiance truly lie?
Well, I'll be the first to say I don't trust a word that comes out of the mouth of Paul Heyman. But perhaps for the first time in his entire life, he showed some true loyalty to one of the men who brought him to the dance in WWE. A bond that goes way back, he and CM Punk.
Does having Paul Heyman back in his corner even the scales here for CM Punk? Does having the wise man strategies and support give him an edge over Rollins and Reigns?
Sure, if you trust Paul Heyman to have your best interests in mind, then yes, he is a huge asset in this kind of match. But remember, Heyman is doing this as a favor for Punk. As far as we know, his allegiance still lies with Reigns.
He's heading back to the ring.
CM Punk would burst out of the scene. CM Punk showed up at ECW run by Paul Heyman when he was only a teenager, wanting to break into the business. He would get to the WWE developmental territory and become Heyman's best friend.
Punk made being a Paul Heyman guy a cool thing to be. Everyone has profited from their association with the wise man.
And you could argue that the great...
Not like that is gonna hurt.
Roman taking on the offense, but I assure you, the big stage of a WrestleMania main event is not phasing him one bit.
And he easily stops the ref's count.
Honestly, at this point in the match, that was still something of a quick kick out.
Springboard Swanton!
Stopped cold with a clothesline. Wants to finish this.
Rollins soars. Rollins with a blockbuster. And the pace is quickened, courtesy of Seth Rollins.
Yeah, Roman clearly staggered by Seth's snap time on the island of relevancy. Calculating how to escape here. And Punk able to break the hold.
Chop! Carrying the opposition. What's the thought here?
Look out!
Taking him to the corner now. Reigns now. Clothesline! Clothesline! Clothesline!
Battering clothesline.
Spear! Is it enough to overcome Punk?
I think that's it. That must be it. Oh, he kicked out.
There is that legendary fighting spirit of Punk on full display.
It's not often we see the tribal chief held up at the 1-yard line. You have to think
This could be it. It could end right here.
So late into the match and still able to kick out. Incredible. It might be stubbornness or it might be lunacy, but he's refusing to stay down here.
heading back into the ring.
Oh, kendo stick wrapped around the head.
Oh, that was a stiff shot with that kendo stick.
So much disdain with each of these shots. Something about this is starting to...
Seth Rollins with the stomp.
Did Rollins get enough of it? Seth Rollins is your winner. The architect drew up Reigns and Punk's defeat perfectly.
It's a clash of the Titans here at WrestleMania. The original tribal chief, the visionary, the best in the world in a triple threat. Rollins straight into the pin. Gets his shoulder up right before two.
He's still fresh. No surprise he kicked out before two.
WrestleMania main event, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk in a triple threat match with nothing but pride on the line. Each man came here to win and win at all costs.
I'm sure a betting man would tell you the odds are against CM Punk here, against two younger competitors who have been on top in WWE for the past decade. However, that's when Punk does his best work, when he's backed into a corner on the biggest stage possible.
Yeah, in a bad situation, and the bright lights here at WrestleMania could just bring out the best in CM Punk. CM Punk, who burst out of the scene. CM Punk showed up at ECW, led by Paul Heyman, when he was only a teenager, wanting to break into the business. He would get to the WWE developmental territory and become Heyman's best friend.
Punk made being a Paul Heyman guy a cool thing to be. Everyone has profited from their association with the wise man.
And you could argue that the greatest benefactor was the one. O'Connor Raw looking for a 3 count.
A kick out, and you can see the frustration starting to build.
Still fighting to keep in this thing. Adjusting their opponent against the turnbuckle. Double axe handle connects.
It always bothers me to be around Heyman, always leeching off other people's talents. In CM Punk's corner tonight, though, the question is, where does Paul's allegiance truly lie?
Well, I'll be the first to say I don't trust a word that comes out of the mouth of Paul Heyman. But perhaps for the first time in his entire life, he showed some true loyalty to one of the men who brought him to the dance in WWE. A bond that goes way back, he and CM Punk. Roman taking on the offense, but I assure you the big stage of a WrestleMania main event is not phasing him one bit.
Strong kick.
Reigns able to get out of the way. Oh! Roman with his opponent up in the air.
Turn it into a flapjack. And Roman and Seth, two former allies, would make a lot of sense for them to team up with CM Punk tonight.
Yeah, I think it's way too late to strike that deal, Michael Cole. 10 years of animosity will eliminate all signs of trust between the two former sheepdogs.
Rollins with a head of steam. Big air.
Oh, he's about to leave his mark on the competition with that kendo stick.
Bam. God, that disturbing sound of the kendo snapping on flesh.
Slips out of the way. Oh!
Fishing for something beneath the ring.
The universal signal for extreme. The kendo stick has entered the fray. Let's see if Punk can find an answer after taking that.
Kick down.
He covers. Is this it?
Could be.
The pin is broken. That could have been it.
Superman punch from Reigns. Boom. The tribal chief has acquired the target. This is spear. That's going to keep Rollins down.
Oh, the high risk does not pay off. On a well-placed calf kick there.
DDT. Picture perfect. Sliding into the cover, looking to end this.
Using the ropes for leverage. That's not right. Kicks out. He still has life.
This has been a hard-fought match. The Coles are only going to get closer.
To the back of the neck. What a blow.
Good night.
Big counter from Reigns. Slides under the ropes. Back into the ring.
Moonsault.
And a pinfall for the victory.
Not even a 2 count, just found a way to power out of that pin attempt. Quick evasion from him there.
Over neck breaker.
Picture perfect. From way up.
Oh my God, what a move.
Punk dodges out in time.
Again, Punk is headed out of the ring. Punk headed to the top rope.
Oh, full clothesline incoming.
Wow, cross body.
Clubbing blow.
This is not about a championship. This is about pride and dignity and proving you're the best, perhaps of a generation.
It's about ego and animosity. It's about 12 years ago when three men made their way down the stairs to remake this company in their image and the man that opened the back door for them.
A search for supremacy. The man that walks out of here is the champion of a generation. We knew this one was going to be good. Spear! Will Reigns close this out?
He puts an end to the pin there. Here you go. Pedigree.
Cow kick on the money.
And that was more than enough to bust him wide open.
Brought down with a DDT. Hammerlock coming up. DDT. Going outside. What's he got planned here?
Opting for the kendo stick. He's not worried about getting too fancy here.
He gets into the ring.
It looks like he's got a bullseye on his head now. This is certainly an effective use of a foreign object. Holding nothing back, striking over and over again. There has to be permanent damage being done right now.
Come on. This has gone way too far. Just stop this already.
They poured it all out in the ring tonight, and the WWE Universe is showing their rowdy appreciation.
German suplex. Right to the throat. Into the cover. This might be it. That was nearly 3, but somehow Rollins kicked out. How is he still in this match?
By the skin of his teeth. Great display of strength with the suplex.
Connects with a crushing elbow drop. Quick maneuvering, managing to avoid that bit of offense. Nice movement from Punk, and the Uranagi connects. And now...
And he just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here.
And now Punk, kick to the midsection of Reigns. Rollins trying to crawl back into this as well.
Rollins trying to prevent that GTS on Reigns, but he's about to eat one himself.
Oh, bang! Spear! Stop! Everybody down!
Oh, what a moment of chaos in this match. If any man here can get a cover, it could be victory, but wait up. Lurking is Paul Heyman with a steel chair.
And no shocker here. Handing the chair to his friend, CM Punk. And this, guys, this could be the ultimate betrayal of Roman Reigns.
Oh, Heyman went for a low blow, but caught by CM Punk.
What the hell is Heyman thinking?
And now Punk with a roundhouse kick to Reigns.
Well, Heyman tried to stab his man, CM Punk, in the back, but was denied. But now Rollins with a low blow of his own on Punk. What the hell is going on?
And now, Heyman handing the chair to Rollins. What the hell? Oh, no!
The devil's work is afoot tonight.
Plan B all over again.
That pathetic Paul Heyman. He's a damn Judas. How many people is he going to betray?
You're missing the point, Cole. And Punk now lifting his opponent up. And back, gone to sleep.
Can Reigns recover from that?
2 on
get his shoulder up, and I don't know how many more times he can do that tonight.
And Punk might have just swung for the fences, but it wasn't good enough.
And he's able to avoid that offense. Punk sidesteps out of that.
Enziguri finds its mark.
A show of disrespect from Reigns.
Goes under the ropes and into the ring.
Oh, the knee just being torn apart now.
Boom! Good defense from him.
Oh, a devastating assault on the neck there. This has been a clash of epic proportions.
If I wasn't here, I would think this match was a myth. He's leaving the ring now. No countouts to worry about.
Trying to work the leg here.
Decides to leave the confines of the ring.
Right about now, Roman Reigns demands acknowledgement.
Another blow to his core. This might be leading to something bigger down the line.
Got him where he wants him.
Up and
Falcon arrow. He can be enjoying the moment too much, giving his opponent a lot of room to recover. He gets back into the ring.
sky high. Whoa, look out. The 1-2 punch of high risk, high reward. Rollins lining it up.
He's looking for something. This could get dangerous.
Looks like he's opting for Old Faithful here. The steel chair. What's it going to take to end it? It might be this.
The goal slit. GTS from Punk.
Now CM Punk needs to end this.
Evades the attack and not a moment too soon.
Over neck breaker.
Picture perfect.
He's able to dodge that one in time.
What a display of strength. Ooh, into the chair.
There's no way that didn't do some permanent damage, guys.
Rollins got surprised there.
Side headlock applied. Ooh, and a right hand for good measure. Roman Reigns locked and loaded in the corner.
Superman punch.
Returning back to the ring. Oh, Roman Reigns about to put his opponent away. No getting up from this. Counters. Punk has beaten the odds. Has defeated both Reigns and Rollins.
Here is your winner,
A moment of pure vindication here for CM Punk.
This was a lifetime in the making, and it couldn't have been any harder earned. Punk had to get through Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins to finally taste a main event victory here at WrestleMania.
But now he's done it. The Second City Saint is victorious at the Showcase of the Immortals.
Now that's more like it. Standing triumphant at WrestleMania 41 thanks to you. Something I really like about this slingshot technology is I'm not restricted to only my matches. I have the power to jump into the boots of other superstars and change the course of their career too. And I can think of no better choice than the main event of 1997 Survivor Series. That's right, the infamous night that saw Bret Hart defend his championship against Shawn Michaels. They had so many epic battles. But after a particularly painful loss to Michaels at WrestleMania 12, Bret would take a sabbatical from WWE, eventually returning late in 1996. By the spring of 1997, things were much different than WWE. Bret and his family had reformed a bigger and better Hart Foundation, while Shawn and his friends created DX.
Are you ready?
The two groups despised each other, and after months of chaos, it all led to Survivor Series. And it was on that night that Shawn would steal the championship and send Bret Hart packing to WCW in an event known as the Montreal Screwjob. It's no secret that I'm a Bret Hart fan, and I consider him one of the greatest of all time. So let's hop into Bret's boots and take on Shawn Michaels in his prime, something I never got to do. The plan is simple. Avoid the sharpshooter, and we'll be okay. But if Shawn can apply the hold, we know exactly what is going to happen. Slingshot Tech, take us to the 1997 Survivor Series in Montreal.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Championship.
Possibly the two biggest egos in all of wrestling history are about to collide here tonight.
From San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 227 pounds, the WWE European Champion, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
How many times have we heard Shawn Michaels say, "I won't lay down for anybody"? And how many times have we heard Bret say, he's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be? It is put up or shut up time for both men.
Well, Shawn Michaels certainly not endearing himself to the fans here in Canada.
Well, HBK is arrogant, but he is the greatest athlete in the history of World Wrestling Entertainment, bar none.
I'd like to see you tell Bret Hart that. You can feel the electricity.
From Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 234 pounds, he is the WWE Champion, Bret Hitman Hart.
And what an ovation for the 21-year veteran who debuted at the age of 19 in 1976 in Calgary.
Shawn Michaels would not allow D-Generation X to accompany him to the ring tonight, and likewise, Bret Hart would not allow the Hart Foundation to accompany him either.
You know, this is not about the money. This might not even be about the title.
These two men truly believe in their hearts that they are the better man.
Oh, come on, guys. Let's not kid ourselves. This is all about power. You know it, and I know it.
The WWE Championship, one of the most highly contested titles in the world of professional wrestling. Will Bret Hart remain champion? Will Shawn Michaels carry the gold once again? There is so much electricity in the air here tonight in Montreal. This is always going to be a big match for both Shawn and Bret, but squaring off in Montreal only adds to the importance of tonight. This isn't just a huge match for both these men. This may be one of the biggest matches we've ever seen in WWE.
Yeah, the title almost feels secondary tonight, which is crazy to even say out loud. This feud has been boiling for years, and it never seems like it will fully be settled. I know this is going to be one we'll talk about for years.
And Michaels, of course, has done nothing to endear himself to this Montreal crowd. In fact, Michaels and his D-Generation X posse have been nothing but juvenile to everyone they've encountered.
Well, delinquency is in the eye of the beholder, Michael Cole. You might not like think kids are getting detention mimicking DX, but you can't deny they've struck a nerve through every arena we visit. Hitman laying it into Shawn. Wants to always keep Shawn close, keep him grounded. That's pivotal for the champ tonight.
Just from a style standpoint, Bret and Shawn are totally opposite. Bret's slow, methodical, with a technical approach versus Shawn's fast, explosive offense.
We also know that neither of them is above doing whatever it takes to get the advantage. We could go back and forth about which style is better, but it all boils down to simply who wants it more.
Oh, man.
This Canadian biased crowd continues to let Shawn Michaels know what they think about him. A very hostile environment for HBK.
Yeah, and Shawn has never done himself any favors towards changing their opinion either. At least we can say Michaels isn't prejudiced to who he insults. If you have a pulse, you're fair game.
Counter! Saw it coming!
Going counter for counter now. Can it be capitalized on?
Excellent execution from Hitman.
HBK is struggling to meet the excellence of execution.
And his stamina is going to drain fast taking shots to the torso like this.
Suplex! Wait! The champion with a quick shoulder up.
He's nowhere near ready to stop fighting yet. And we all know how good these two men are in the ring. You can argue two of the best to ever do it. But tonight, I don't think either man cares about showing off technical skill. These two just want to fight.
When it's gotten to this level, when it has become so personal, there is nothing else to expect. All that is left is a down and dirty fight between two guys that hate each other's guts.
Headed out of the ring, but the count is looming. Ugh, tough hit to the legs. A focused attack on the champion's leg, and that might have some lingering effects.
Big clothesline.
Michaels doing what he can to keep his pace in this matchup.
Brainbuster.
Every shot these two throw at each other tonight is being delivered with such venom, such disdain.
Now that's to be expected the way these two have been exchanging verbal jabs at each other for a long time now.
I can only put it this way. The words Bret and Shawn use for each other are not suitable for children to hear.
To be honest, they're not suitable at a bar either, Wade.
Oh, no, not at all. You'll have quite the ruckus at the pub using the names Bret and Shawn have called each other.
And now he gets back into the ring.
He got in. He got in. Just avoiding the ref's count.
Backbreaker.
That'll realign your vertebrae.
Michaels goes flying to the outside.
He's heading to the outside. Better watch for the referee's count. Michaels turns that around.
Continuous counters. These superstars looking locked in.
Hitman with an opening.
Wow, what impact! Such a potent display of power and control there.
There goes Hart back to the ring.
Referee's count getting higher. Better make haste. Back to the ring.
Set him up. Russian leg sweep. And something Bret has to know is all the attributes Shawn possesses, Michaels might have more cardiovascular conditioning here. Michaels is insanely resilient. Remember what Michaels did, Corey, in middle rope. He fails to connect. Hitman never saw that coming. What are they doing here? Anticipation. This personal rivalry goes so far back. You can see the seeds of it when they were both tag team competitors, part of the Hart Foundation and the Rockers. Each man becoming breakout stars and leaders of a new generation in WWE. Up until that point, it was professional. But recent years and the weight of carrying the industry have changed these men.
The turning point was
Blast off!
Power slam turns the top.
Being set up in the corner for something.
Ring post figure 4 by Bret Hart.
Bret's bent on destroying HBK with moves like that.
And if Bret Hart isolates the leg and feels the advantage in the legs, Wade, he won't go anywhere else.
You're right, because all that's in the back of his mind is the sharpshooter. It's that precise breakdown of his target that has made the Hitman who he is.
Shawn Michaels has run into trouble.
Hitman proving he's done his homework on HBK right here. A show of disrespect from Hart.
A great display of confidence, but he doesn't want to give his opponent added motivation.
Back in the nimbly moving into a schoolboy.
Pin attempt by the champion.
Kicks out. Title in the balance with the pin.
And a strong kick out at 1.
The wear and tear of this match only affecting him slightly, it seems. Propping him up in the corner.
Stops that offense from connecting. Big impact. Taking steps toward the top rope.
High impact crossbody.
Figure 4. Leg lock.
Needs to find a way out, reversing the pressure. That'll break the hold.
Hart wasting no motion on the counter. And to speak on the elephant in the room, yes, there's been a lot of speculation that if Bret Hart loses this match, this will be his last match in WWE.
Yeah, I tried to get a word from Hitman earlier today about the rumors, but it was quickly escorted away by his Hart Foundation brethren.
It's a rumor cloud that hangs above the collective minds of this capacity crowd. Such an anxious feeling inside this arena.
In the corner, has to find a way out of there.
Stop calling the move. Oh, what a lariat. HBK, high risk.
From the top. Oh, a malfunction at the junction.
Face first with a waistlock takedown. This match has gone above and beyond anything anyone expected tonight.
Neither Shaw nor Bret look like they're going to relent to the other. This has been more about punishing each other than winning the title. A blow like that might have them seeing stars right now.
Textbook fireman's carry takeover. The Hitman with a vicious kick to the body. And now Hart looking to ratchet up the intensity even higher. Has both legs trapped, wrapped around the ring post. Figure 4 is cinched in.
Absolute torture.
Call it academic. That's just the way it goes with the excellence of execution.
Get this back into the ring now.
Bret looking like he wants to see a little more out of his opponent here.
Just like that, Shawn evades.
Perhaps a unique suplex.
Wrist clutch suplex, perfect.
Wants to finish this.
And Bret on the top rope with the referee knocked down, guys.
Well, took down Shawn Michaels, but accidentally took down the ref in the process. And at this point, all bets are off.
Michaels to the eyes of the Hitman. Shawn taking advantage of the referee's state at the moment. But what is HBK thinking now? Oh,
and now looking for a sharpshooter. Bret Hart's own move. Shawn Michaels trying to turn him on his belly.
And the referee dropped once again as Bret kicked Michaels away.
And another ref's in.
What is going on here?
I guess we're not going to get a screw job tonight, Wade.
Hart in a defenseless position.
That brings a rush of blood to the head.
Had Michaels scouted there.
Textbook fireman's carry takeover.
This could be it. Bret could retain the title here.
He's able to revoke.
And a quick schoolboy out of nowhere.
Oh, the rope forces a break.
Michaels now looking to put the final nail in the Hitman's coffin.
Sweet chin music.
The challenger might have what it takes to win this.
Cover. Shoulder up, still holding on to the title.
We almost just had a new champion, less than a second away.
And guys, Michaels is stunned. HBK thought this one was over, but the match will continue. Gotta hurt.
How much more abuse can they take? Shawn and Bret are each looking to take their pound of flesh from each other.
Ooh, and fights back. A jab after jab after jab, and bang, what a hook. I can hardly hear myself think. They're bringing the house down tonight. This is unbelievable.
Beautiful hip toss.
Bret the Hitman Hart turning up the intimidation factor.
Across the top rope, all the way to the floor.
Hart pausing to soak up the adulation.
Clearly lost in the moment. He better snap out of it. Caught with the lariat. Sudden cutoff from Bret.
The spine absorbing all of that impact. Bret the Hitman Hart trying to fire himself up. Wow.
Big clothesline. Bret Hart with a rough blow there.
Yes.
Step through. Here it comes. Bret Hart. Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter. Submission hold locked in.
Twisting the vertebrae and unnatural.
Is Hart going to tap him with the sharpshooter? Wait a minute. What a counter.
Swinging the elbow to halt the offense. Got him in the corner now. Oh, man! Intercepted the attack with a kick to the face.
Up the rope he goes.
From the top. Oh, he misses the mark.
Oh, reverse bulldog.
This has been a display of the highest caliber.
Just listen to this crowd. I can't hear myself think.
Watch the quickness on this. Whipped over in a snap suplex. The Hitman with both legs trapped. Can Hart step through? There it is. Sharpshooter applied.
And this hold is getting tighter and tighter.
A pure battle of wills now. Can he hold on long enough to escape the hold, or
one last gasp effort, and that'll do it. Andy gets the better of HBK. With all these blows to the head, he has to be disoriented.
I think that's the plan, Cole. Try to keep him on the back foot.
The champ goes for the cover. Brett retains the title.
Here is your winner and still WWE Champion, Bret Hart.
You can feel the uncertainty in the air already.
Yeah, who knows what Brett is going to do now?
a lot of questions still unanswered here.
Feels good to execute some long overdue showcase justice. Now, I'd like to switch gears, indulge myself a little, and use this technology to go up against 3 WWE legends that I've dreamed of competing against in a WWE ring. First up is a trip to the land of the extreme, ECW. When I first made it to WWE, I started on their ECW brand, but I always wondered how I do in the original ECW. Who would I face, you ask? Who is CM Punk's dream ECW opponent? Well, you know me, I aim high. And if I went to ECW and didn't call out the king of the deathmatch, the hardcore icon, if I didn't call out Cactus Jack to show me what extreme truly means, then what am I even doing here? The most violent of Mick Foley's alter egos, Cactus Jack tormented foes in the United States, Puerto Rico, Japan, basically anywhere that had glass, barbed wire, and fire was a place he wanted to compete. But I'd want my match to be at Hardcore Heaven 1994, a show made famous when the fans threw so many chairs into the ring it covered both Cactus and Terry Funk as well.
Please do not throw chairs into the ring! Stop the chairs!
Cactus Jack was a master of the Falls Count Anywhere match. It allowed him to be at his very best, and that is exactly what I want here. Whether you take me into battle or side with Cactus, you need to know that you're going to be in for a fight. But proving yourself against CM Punk is just as valuable as proving yourself as CM Punk, so you win either way. And I get to live out my dream no matter what.
CM Punk is here, and he is ready to return to the extreme.
Falls Count Anywhere in the ECW arena against Cactus Jack. I have a feeling that extreme will only be scratching the surface during this match.
Taking nothing away from Punk, an ECW world champion in his own right. Is he truly ready for tonight? Because the ECW that CM Punk was a part of and the ECW that Cactus Jack was a part of are two completely different breeds.
Very true, but Punk has always embodied the heart and soul of ECW, no matter what era. And we know he's got a big enough chip on his shoulder to want to prove that at any cost tonight.
What we should really worry about is what Cactus Jack plans to do to Punk's heart and soul tonight. Because if Cactus has his way, it won't be pretty. And it won't be for the faint of heart.
CM Punk ready to go to battle. ready to stand toe-to-toe with ECW's infamous Cactus Jack.
A disturbed, violent man with his sights set on CM Punk.
From Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, weighing in at 287 pounds, Cactus Jack.
Whether it's in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, Tokyo, Japan, or Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Cactus Jack is revered as the most sacred of all hardcore icons around the world. And with the Falls Count Anywhere stipulation tonight, he might just drag CM Punk all the way around the globe during this match. Two men who have no problem making a show of force to get their message across.
And there is no better stipulation in no better venue to make such a show of force than a Falls Count Anywhere match in the ECW arena.
Folks, I can already warn you, this match will not be for the faint of heart. The war of words between these two men, CM Punk and Cactus Jack, has come and gone, and now it's time for a war of wills, a war of weapons, a war of whatever sadistic machinations have been running through these men's minds.
It does not get more hardcore than the ECW arena, especially when it's Falls Count Anywhere. CM Punk and Cactus Jack, two men who remain stalwart and resolute in their convictions through blood, sweat, and tears.
Smart money's on a whole lot of all three of those things in this match, gentlemen. Cactus will make sure of it.
Going nuclear with an atomic drop.
Whiplash neckbreaker. Even though Cactus Jack and CM Punk have never faced off in the ring, Punk has had confrontations with Mick Foley in the past. In 2012, Punk brutally attacked Mick backstage.
And that attack almost led to a Survivor Series match where Punk and Foley would have served as team captains. But as they say so often, cards subject to change.
Well, I, for one, am glad. That match would have been a battle by proxy. This one is a hardcore war happening right in front of our eyes.
Cactus Jack can really brawl with the best of them, especially the more physical the match gets. In fact, that increased physicality only seems to fuel him even more in a fight.
Yeah, that's the sadistic nature of Cactus Jack in full effect. Cactus knows how to tap into something dangerous, something unpredictable, something that most superstars wouldn't even dare to go anywhere near. But as we all know, CM Punk is just built different. And when Punk has to, he can tap into something dangerous himself.
A Falls Count Anywhere match certainly lends itself to extreme activity. There are no rules that govern how you score said pinfall or submission. We both... Though Punk and Jack are certainly able to get extreme.
Both men have strong ties to the birthplace of extreme, ECW. CM Punk began his career in WWE as part of the ECW brand, with multiple ECW title reigns to his name. Cactus Jack put the company on the map during its infancy and became a multi-time tag team champion during ECW's heyday.
It's once again an ECW original versus some new blood. Let's see which side prevails this time. Snapmare. Oh. Fist drop. And the probability of serious injury just skyrocketed as the action moves onto the staging area. And things backstage are getting quickly out of hand.
Oh, they're done playing nice. They've got some serious aggression that needs to be worked out, and this just might be the best way to do it. What's Jack fixing to do?
Uh-oh. And he turned it around.
Opponent lifted up.
Uh-oh.
Oof! Retaliating with a strong elbow.
Oh my God, a steel chair!
He wriggles out of the danger zone there.
Swinging that damn steel chair without a care in the world.
Implanted by the DDT. Boom!
Unable to evade the offense. Oh my gosh, what impact! Punk dodges out in time.
Hoisted up. Big power slam.
Cactus on the receiving end. Everything he can do to create space here.
And he finds a way to elude that attack. And Punk wants more.
That puts an end to that, thank goodness.
And a well-timed counter.
Now a takedown into a small package, tightly hooked.
Shoulders up before two.
Punk looking to impose his will on his opponent, and a double underhook backbreaker.
And it's Cactus Jack with the reversal.
Both sides with an answer to every piece of offense.
Setting up for something here. Fighting out.
Punishing power slam. Bam! Sharp jab and series of strikes to the back. It's just a beatdown.
Managing to evade a precarious position there.
Caught with a clothesline.
And his core might be a bigger target now. Ah, jeez. Turns it around.
Oh, devastating back fist.
Got him where he wants him.
Up and
Beautiful Falcon Arrow. Jack just got out of there.
Snapmare. Fist drop.
And I also see a cut on the face of Punk.
What happens next is anyone's guess.
I can't wait to see.
Just fighting it out on the arena stage. A lot can go wrong up there.
What a hit from Jack.
Neater on the rocks. No way. All the way to the outside. A roll of the dice, and it pays off in full.
Oh.
Both CM Punk and Cactus Jack are well known for their WWE careers, but they have interacted